Always remember.
Hello there, General Kenobi. Say it back. Happy Monday. Welcome to, what is this? I think this is episode 67? 66? Is this episode 66? If it's 66, that's fun. If it's 67, Spencer, you get kicked off for doing stuff like that. Thanks for being here, gentlemen. Thanks for being here. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody in chat as everybody starts loading in. As you can see, Grayson is not with us tonight. He got his hand stuck in a pickle jar, and he's just stuck, and he just can't do anything about it. That's it.
Classic Grayson.
Classic Grayson. It happens every Monday. He eats a whole jar of pickles, and then his hand gets stuck, and that's it. And he's always.
Is he pregnant?
Spencer, don't leak information, dude. Don't leak information. So Colin is joining us, obviously, as part of Virtual Cantina Network, as well as Spencer, who is going to be talking a little bit about the title of this episode, No Sleep Till Boonta. Last year, I was lucky enough to go to Boonta at Rebel Scum Con. It was August. It was almost the same weekend as last year, as this year. And it was a blast. Let's check in with chat real quick, and then we'll get yapping. We got some Focus Squadron members here. Ryan's here. What's up, dude? Appreciate you being here. Josh is here. How we doing? Focus Squadron member right there. Star Wars Insight, my boy's there. How we doing? General Cameroni's here. Spencer, do you want to address the VCN people on Facebook, since we are live to them right there?
Yes.
And they've probably never seen my face.
Oh, that's definitely seen your face. Well, hello, everybody from the Virtual Cantina family. I'm glad to be on the show right now. Also, we are streaming on the Rebel Scum fan page as well, which is great. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We're very excited to be kicking off really our what I call press tour, as we're getting ready a little over a month now before Rebel ScumCon weekend, and Boonta, Texas too. So we're pretty stoked and glad to be on this show.
Yeah, and Colin, what do you have for the people? Do you have anything for the people?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yep. Oh, there it is. There it is.
No, I am happy to be here. I'm excited for what's to come, and dude, I'm vibing, man. I'm vibing. I'm so excited for Boonta Eve. I'm excited for Rebel ScumCon. We got 2 Star Wars games coming out this year.
Woo!
George Lucas is gonna be in the Minions movie coming out here, so it's just like, I'm vibing. I'm vibing.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And also, it is Monday. However, yesterday, happy Father's Day to all the fathers of the galaxy, except Darth Vader. Not him. Everybody except for him, because he didn't do a good job. Is that a hot take? I don't think so.
I didn't know. I would say I've got some dad jokes too. Like if we want to read those later,
rip one right now. Let's see.
Why not?
Rip one right now. Right. Let's start off strong.
All right, here we go. Hang on. There's a Max Ripper one, but I won't. All right, here we go. Why? No, that's lame. Hang on.
Come on.
Okay. Why do droids go on vacation?
Why do droids go on vacation?
To recharge the batteries.
Boop, boop, ba-doo.
Here. I'll do one more. My gosh.
This one better be really good.
What do Imperial pilots eat for lunch?
What do Imperial pilots eat for lunch?
Thai food. There you go. There you go. You're welcome. That's me. I'm signing off. See you guys. Bye. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that it was really nice. One of my favorite things from Rebel ScumCon after it was last year is Colin joined the VCN, and after that I'm not so sure.
You had a great run, Colin. You had a great run. Actually, we've all brought you here to tell you. Actually,
this just ended my career. Got it. Cool.
So there'll be something else transmissions next week.
Yes. Spencer.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about Boonta, what people can expect? Maybe if you want to talk about last year, and then we'll kind of get into the big announcements for what's going on this year.
Absolutely, but I want to give a quick shout out to actually Mackenzie. Max Rebo is in the chat right now. So hello to Mackenzie. Looking forward to seeing you and your family in Texas and all the other events. Boonta last year was in Texas was absolutely insane, as you guys both can attest to. I mean, hell, we went viral, and I attribute a lot of that to Will. Is when we had Youngie Wim go live for the first time ever with the band. David and Matthew freaking rocked it in Huttese. Pretty exciting stuff. I've been actually trying to work on that for like 6 months. To that, I actually tried to get them in Japan to show up at our event during Celebration to do that, and then it was just the force really that they were able to go do there, and they literally decided to do it 30 minutes before they went on stage. That's how long it took me. 6 months to get them to commit to it, and they almost did not even show up because I kept on calling them on stage a couple of times that night, and I was standing there like crickets. But that was absolutely amazing. We had some incredible guests as part of Rebel ScumCon and Boonta Eve, including Diana Lee Inansanto. We had Taylor Gray, some ILMers over there. We just had a really Anna Graves, who Anna's actually going to be back this year as part of Boonta, which we're very excited about. Hyperspace Props had 2 big sabak tables which were rocking throughout the night, and we had incredible drink specials and food. And the restaurant says they've had lines like that before, but I don't think they had lines that wrapped the building, because we definitely wrapped the building last year, and we're going to wrap it 2 different ways, the way we're going to set it up this year. So we're really stoked about that, especially our man on the street, Mr. Colin over there, is going to be doing going up and down the line, doing some interviewing of people trying to get in. But yeah, it was absolutely great. We are very excited about coming back to Rebel ScumCon after last year's success. We actually signed a 2-year contract with Rebel Scum, so we will be there through 27 at least. But it showed us that we can do it outside of Celebration. So we're in the process of doing more, which we'll talk about. Another one that's been announced for later this year. But yeah, right now we're vibing for Texas, man. It's coming up. I mean, it's going to be like 2 weeks after San Diego Comic-Con, which for us going to San Diego, it's going to be like, okay, what? Yeah. But I'm stoked. Texas was a blast. Like last year, if you didn't go to Japan, that was the show to go to, and there's no Celebration this year, so Rebel ScumCon is the place to go this year.
I totally agree. I mean, I love the entirety of the weekend of Rebel ScumCon, and I mean, this is only the 3rd year. I've only ever been to one, so for the rest of my life, I will only ever be able to say that I've only ever missed one Rebel ScumCon. And it was the first. Same. Because I'm not missing any more. And a lot of the reason we had such a blast last year was kicking off the weekend at Boonta, at the restaurant, at the bar. I mean, dude, there's karaoke. There were stars galore from Star Wars. There was pretty much, I mean, that place was packed wall to wall with.
It was nuts. Yeah.
It was crazy. I did not think it was going to be like that, because I was like, I knew that like there's a lot of tickets being sold, and I knew it was a big event, but I got there and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I thought I was walking into like a nightclub, dude. Like it was like there were bouncers. It's a fun time.
I mean, the highlight for me was actually Sam Whitwer asking where the bathroom was, which I was like, whoa, Sam Whitwer's not here, and he's just asking where the bathroom is. That's actually kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right? No, something we want to be the after event when it comes to Star Wars events. When we do our events around celebration time, we sell out in minutes. Japan sold out in 4 minutes last year when tickets went on sale. When tickets finally go on sale for LA, I don't know whether or not it's going to be that quick again, but I think that
I think it will, Spence.
We'll see. But I'm always hopeful. But the thing is that when we did Rebel ScumCon, and we were very excited that the boys wanted to be involved with the VCN on this and wanted us to actually be a partner in this project and actually help the community, which is what we're all about, and have the event attached to Rebel ScumCon. I mean, we jumped at the chance, and last year was a testament of it. We sold out. It was last year was our second sellout because we obviously sold out Celebration as well, but it was just pretty awesome that the fact that the community came out large. Whether or not whatever they were doing, the autograph room was like hopping the entire night. Like literally, there's a line going through the middle of the restaurant just to get autographs. You couldn't walk in the Sabacc room. You couldn't walk in the live band karaoke area. It was just something to behold. And it just shows that honestly, the Star Wars fandom is thriving. You can be listening to the naysayers or anything of that nature, but Star Wars fans will come out to be part of something special. And not just Boonta, but Rebel ScumCon last year was something absolutely special.
Yeah. I mean, I have been looking forward to year 3 for everything that is going to be happening within that 3-day weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
Since getting on the plane last year. Yeah. I've been stoked.
We're stoked too. Like we literally started working on our talent lineup probably a week after we left Texas, because we were just like, this is, we knew we were coming back. We knew we wanted to be back. We knew that, we had a blast. They had a blast, and let's keep the party going. I mean, that's really, what they say, but, to take the coin a phrase from the World Cup right now, no Boonta, no party.
I thought you were going to say goal really loud and really long.
No, I will say I want to thank the Scottish folk for drinking Boston out of beer. Like the English are in town right now, and they're like, "What's going on?" So
that's fun.
That's awesome. That is so much fun. What a fun time.
The Sam Adams bar ran out of Sam Adams. Like,
wow. I'm not so surprised by that, but like, dang, yeah. I mean, man.
And that's the plan for Blue Milk at Boonta Eve.
So we have a whole slew. Yeah, we have a lot of Blue Milk. Hold on, just 1 second.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah, because of Spencer also has like an actual Spencer has like an actual menu of the bar and everything. But for me, dude. For Boonta and Rebel ScumCon, I didn't really know what to expect, like of going in, because I've just heard certain things, and I went, and I was just, I was blown away by the team. It was awesome to finally hanging out with like you and Grayson, and then we hung out with Grayson more over at Dragon Con shortly after. But like, of just getting to meet you guys and different people in the community was super cool. And then Boonta Eve happened, and that was a whole different thing. And I think Spencer is kind of underselling like of that line. That line going in was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the hype was real. I could see everyone going in was super, super excited. But this year, the lineup for Boonta Eve is, even more crazier. And then also for Rebel ScumCon as well. And I'm just excited for all the people that are coming to this for the first time to experience it. And a couple of friends are actually coming to the con for the first time. We've got Hunter Smoke, we've got Noah Mahler, we've got like a bunch of our just different people in the community that we know are coming and experiencing it for the first time. So it is going to be really, really cool because, at the end of the day, it's weird, but Star Wars is the thing that brings a lot of us together. So it's awesome that these events is what does that. So I can't wait to see like the new people coming in and really experiencing.
People had FOMO last year. I mean, from everything we did. I mean, good friend of the VCNs, the Resistance broadcast peeps are going to be there. So TRB is going to be there.
I am so stoked that they're going to be there, dude.
Yeah, I'm really stoked about that. I'm stoked to there's going to be so many great people going to be at Rebel ScumCon, this coming year. It's like you were saying, Colin. It's a vibe. People went there and had fun, and it doesn't matter what element of Star Wars you like. You could have come in at any particular point, and we all love Star Wars, and it doesn't matter where it came in from. We were just celebrating our love for the saga, and that's great. And we're stoked that VCN is part of it. What I said before, one of the things I was the happiest about coming out of last year was actually getting to meet Colin and Colin becoming part of the VCN family. So we're very, very excited about everything, and it's just we're just trying to promote positivity within the fandom, and also listen. George Lucas made these stories for a 12-year-old back in 1970 something, as a response to the Vietnam War at that particular time. And if you're arguing about a kid's property, why? It should just be fun. Like, there's no reason for us to argue. We should just embrace the love of everything that we like and celebrate the things we don't like, because that's completely okay. That's 100% okay. But we can be adults about it. And I think the thing that was about Rebel ScumCon was that everybody was excited about stuff. I mean, at Boonta last year, we had Christopher Sean from Resistance, and some people liked Resistance or didn't like Resistance. There's people from some of the sequel movies. You either like sequels, but it's okay. And something, not everything is everybody's cup of tea. But guess what? At the end of the day, we all love Star Wars, and we all freak out when we hear the fanfare.
Everything. This is something that Timothy Zahn says a lot, and I believe Zahn got this from Leland Chee, the keeper of the holocron at Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in Star Wars is somebody's favorite thing.
Yep.
And that is no matter what it is. And truthfully, I totally agree with your sentiment about arguing. I mean, look, we can all agree that Max Rebo has 7 arms, and that's it. And we're not going to argue, or else that's the end of what Spencer was saying, Colin. And that's basically it.
Well, like I said, I think Max Rebo is an international terrorist. We talked about this.
Whoa. saying that on a live stream is crazy.
Well, so think about this. Every time there's a mass bombing in the Star Wars universe, oh my God, Max Rebo is nowhere to be seen.
There was only 2. It was only 2.
That's one too many.
Well, actually, if you do watch the Book of Boba Fett, because I've scanned the scene probably almost 100 times, if you look right before the scene where the sanctuary blows up, right?
That's our first smoke. I got that. Yeah.
You cannot see a shade of blue at all. Specifically, the shade of blue. You cannot see that shade of blue anywhere in any of the scenes.
We know he left for a death stick. We're aware of that.
Okay, I'm just no.
He went to go outside and light the fuse, Colin. That's the problem.
He was probably, on the hologram with his family. That was probably what was going on.
Having a great night, having a good show.
Yeah.
Okay, good tip.
No!
Oh my God! Yeah, that's exactly.
I need a new gig,
and that's exactly. And that's how Max Rebo sounds canonically. I need a new gig. That's exactly how
I need a new gig, man.
He was calling Numa and Neil and saying, can I come hang out? I need a safe house.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so funny. Mr. Bobby's in the chat.
Bobby.
Hey buddy. Bobby says Colin is Max Rebo, 4-limb goat. Spencer is Joe Yowza, the flyest. Will as size noodles. Me as Troopy McCool at Boonta performing Go Jabba.
I'm down.
Let's go.
Dude, Bobby, I'm down. I'm so down, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I could do a mean size noodles. All right,
let's do it.
We should probably talk about Boonta this year, right? We talked a lot about last year. We should probably talk about what's going on this year. I mean, it's only happening. Here, let's do it. Let's pull it up. So what we got?
All right, so let's talk about click the first link to Boonta E Special Edition Texas 2, which will be back at the Revel. And I want to say that in the first 15 minutes of us being on the air with Kentucky and Bobby to announce our lineup, we sold out a VIP, which was over 100 tickets for that. And nice. I can tell you to date, we have less than 200.
Wow.
Less than 200 left for Boonta E.
Wow.
So no sleep till Boonta, no Boonta, no party. Get your tickets because it's gonna be a happening, and then some. But let's click the guest info link. All right, our first person, Catherine Tabor, Padme Amidala herself, also Alea out there. Very, very excited as Catherine is one of our headliners for this event. That was, I think, a great win for the VCN to get her to come and do this event.
I love that you have Leia from Detours down there.
Oh, yeah. There's a theme this year.
Yeah. I love it. Catherine Tabor will be there. That's awesome.
Misty Lee, who was Leia in the Battlefronts, and she was also the ninth sister. So very, very excited about that. I want to plug that Misty Lee will be on the VCN's Daughter of the Galaxy show on Wednesday night, doing a nice little show with us. So we're very excited. But yeah, Misty, this is actually Misty's first con as Leia.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So bring your copies of Battlefront.
Also, extremely cool down here. This outfit is now, I mean, 90%, 95% of what Leia is wearing now at Galaxy's Edge, which is a Taiwan expansion.
Yes, that was a really cool surprise because of, I think that outfit for her in the game was like fantastic because it was paying homage to, to her mom in a way, of Padme. So the fact that they did that, and now they're doing that in parks, for people to see that costume live action and stuff is super cool.
If you're gonna ask me what it's paying homage to, a brown vest, a gold vest,
Echo base.
That's Luke from Shadows of the Empire.
I also see that too.
No. I'm with you. Just like her brother.
Yeah. No, I see it. I see it.
Just like her brother. I'm probably dead wrong, but anytime I see anybody in a vest like that, I'm like, Shadows of the Empire.
Dude, I'm with you. I love Shadows of the Empire.
Who we got next?
We got Lauren Vogt, who is an ILM artist who was involved in the prequels. If you've seen, there's a picture by her L of Lauren. It's actually a famous picture of her applying the blue makeup to Amy as Leia Secura. But she also did the makeup for Mazamita. But to me, honestly, her claim to fame is she was the puppeteer and the fabricator for the chest-bursting alien in Spaceballs.
That's huge.
Yeah. She got some great stories about that. She was actually underneath the counter doing the puppeteering for that, so cool. Which is awesome. She also designed Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Whoa!
So she was involved with that. She was involved with building Slimer and Ghostbusters 2 for Robin Shelley. And she also worked with another one of our guests that's going to announce soon on Alex Arnold's going to love this. She worked on the decaying Walter Donovan in Last Crusade.
That's so sick.
I am
Last
so
Crusade's my favorite indie movie.
Yeah,
I would agree with you on that one. Yes. Yeah. So very. We've worked with Lauren before, and I'm very excited for her to come here to get the love. Just a sweetheart. We've really done a couple of shows with her. So yeah,
that's so sick. Colin, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say I love all the different. I love that there's gonna be a lot more indie love this year too, because Sean Patrick Flannery is gonna be there from the Young Indie series, which is just amazing. I grew up, watching that show now as it was coming out because I was too young for that. But like later in my youth, I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, like why did they not like keep continuing to make this? So the fact that he's going to be there, and then we have Lauren and so many other people tied to that amazing franchise is absolutely incredible.
My wife is excited about Sean being there as well, but for Boondock Saints.
There you go. Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
She wants a shot like both them playing down like get a cap the screen.
He was also in The Boys too.
Yeah. Very true. I think that's what's really cool about any event like Boonta or Rebel Scum Con. It's like, it's Star Wars. This is a Star Wars convention, but all of the people in Star Wars, 9 times out of 10, are a part of so many other of our favorite franchises. So when you go to these, of course, you're wearing your Star Wars shirt and you're getting your Star Wars signatures, but you're going there and meeting people who have had their hands in other pots as well, which is so cool. It's one of the best parts about the events.
I mean, I'm going to get Dennis to sign my Joe Boo because, I love Major League.
That's the first thing that Tucky said to me when he was like, hey, guess what? Major League. I mean, it's so sick. Who we got next?
Okay. So Anna Graves is coming back, who right now is our third Leia that we've announced so far, anime Leia. But everybody knows her as the Duchess Satine.
Yeah.
So very, very excited Anna to come back. And she's just a sweetheart. If you had a chance to talk with her last year, she had an absolute blast, and we're very excited that Anna's going to come back.
That's really cool. That's a huge Clone Wars get right there, as well as Padme up a little bit scrolling earlier.
And this one's a blast too. Yeah, so that's our fourth Leia. Also, if you want to get her on some Lego, on some Rebels, or hey, get her on Star Tours. Because you got Julie Dolan right there. So that's our fourth Leia. I can say that we had 5 right before we were about to announce. Unfortunately, Shelby Young had to cancel. But we were going to have 5 anime Leias. They actually are a part of a group called the Leias That Lunch, and they're all in a text thread together because they all hang out together when they're all in LA. So we had signed all 5 anime Leias, and literally the day before. Shelby had to cancel.
Oh, I am such a fan of Shelby. You have no idea.
She's awesome.
I'm such a big Shelby fan. So
she's got an incredible voice. She has done a lot. Yeah, I would say she has done a lot in the.
You never know.
In the voice acting community.
You never know. Okay. And I mean, guy who at this point needs no introduction.
Yeah, no, Paul Darnell is the man. If you've ever met him before, he's like the coolest guy to chat with. Marek just kicked some serious ass in Ahsoka, as well as his involvement in every Filoniverse property. Yeah. His fingerprints are all over the Filoniverse, which is absolutely awesome. So in one weekend, you could meet both Mareks.
Yeah. Which is extremely cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So very, very stoked that Paul's going to be there. Dawn Danger. Now,
this is really cool.
This is one that I love for multiple reasons. If you saw the skit that was done with Grogu at the Oscars with Kate Hudson, there was a picture that went viral of a lady carrying Grogu, and everybody's like, someone's stealing Grogu. That was Dawn. Dawn's been working for Legacy Effects for many a year. She's also one of the most recognizable Rhodians in almost in every scene of the Filoniverse. She was the mother Rodian in Book of Boba Fett, as well as in the movie with the baby. She played Numa, who was the mother of Neil, as well. Yeah. She was also the prisoner Rodian that looked at Boba Fett and said, "First time." No, just kidding. But she's one of the lead puppeteers for Grogu. So, definitely bring your movie stuff to get signed by her.
Yeah.
Stoked.
I'm
so stoked.
I love all of the Grogu love this year. Speaking of Grogu.
Yeah. Laurel Carlson Woodard, who is awesome as well from Legacy Effects. She was actually Max Rebo in the Book of Boba Fett. So Colin was ecstatic when I told him that she was going to be coming to Boonta. She was one of the original fabricators for Grogu for season 1 as well. But she was the direct fabricator and puppeteer for Merle the Lothcat.
That's so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
And that Lothcat, I mean, Lothcats are everywhere now. So that's doing the live action debut for those Lothcats. That's insane. That's Star Wars history right there.
And then we got Frank Trigg, who was one of the Gamorrean guards in the Book of Boba Fett. So one of the pit fighters, which is great because he was a UFC pit fighter himself. He actually walked Gina Carano to the octagon against Ronda when they did that fight a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
But he was also involved in the Skeleton Crew. He's done Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Rebel Moon. So very excited to have Frank join us as well.
That's awesome.
Kim Smith. Kim was a ILM person who was very much involved with the prequels. Her partner is actually John Goodson. So she's coming with John, obviously, because John's going to be part of Rebel ScumCon. Both her and John are credited as well as creating the River of Slime in Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
She also worked on the Protector in Galaxy Quest. Both her and John also worked on the Enterprise D for Next Generation. For if we're gonna hawk the Trek a little bit while we're here. But yeah, no, very, very excited about Kim. She's not done many shows. I can tell you right now that every one of our guests are in this Mamma Jamma. I already have it all posted it up between Rebel ScumCon and Boonta Eve. Kim is in there as well. So we're very, very, very excited about that. To have Kim and have some really great behind the scenes people come to Boonta.
Yeah, and something else as well. If you haven't yet, go and watch the Light and Magic documentary on Disney Plus.
Yep.
It is, if you love film, and you're really interested in filmmaking, or you just love special effects and you love the behind the scenes stuff, go and check out that documentary, because I guarantee you all of the Industrial Light and Magic people that are going to be at this event were in that documentary. It
Absolutely.
is absolutely incredible.
It was season 2. Fawn Davis was all over season 2, and he was a guest of Boonta last year.
Yeah.
So we got some really, between Rebel ScumCon and Boonta, we got some really great ILMers. And we're not done with talking about those for Boonta. Okay, this guy's a freaking legend. Stuart Ziff. Stuart Ziff has been around since the original trilogy. He was also the head of the Ghost Shop for Ghostbusters 1984. So Terror Dog, Slimer, Stay Puft, the designs, all were Stuart Ziff. He designed, as you can see at the bottom, he designed the eyeball for Admiral Akbar. He worked on the Sarlacc pit, which you can see over there. And because it's all the rage right now, if you've seen the 1987 Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, he designed the Cosmic Key.
That's cool.
Which I love the 87. I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoyed the new one. I thought it was a lot of fun. but the 87, that was my jam, especially my childhood. But yeah, Stewart's only done 2 other cons ever, and they were in LA. He's never done a travel show before. So if you need ILMers for your book, I can tell you right now, if you go to right into the front of the book, Stewart built that. He designed that.
That's awesome.
That's the first page of the book. So right there alone, this is a guy that is awesome. If you check on the VCN, the speaker series from 2 weeks ago, we did an interview with Stewart talking about his career and how he actually got involved in film from just being an engineer, and how things were when he first got started at ILM. The great story is that he got hired in the morning and he started work that afternoon. That they need him like right away. So he's also working on his documentary right now of his entire career. So that's one of the reasons why he's coming out, is to promote his documentary, and also film some stuff for the documentary at Boonta Eve, and also part of a potential panel that will happen at Rebel ScumCon.
Ooh. Who we got?
Okay, this guy is awesome. Now, Kirk Thatcher is an actor, producer, craftsman who's involved in Return of the Jedi. He worked with Stu on that. However, if you were a Trekker and you saw Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, and saw the scene where the bus punk was playing a punk music and got the Vulcan neck pinch from Spock, that was Kirk. And not only was that Kirk singing the song from on that scene. And he repeated that role on Picard as well as Lower Decks. So
job security right there. That's sick.
Absolutely. So definitely, if you need somebody for your Return of the Jedi, as well as maybe if you want to do some Star Trek stuff, go right ahead. There's no hate in the Trek. There's some great Trek out there as well.
Yeah.
Okay. I am wicked stoked about this one. Bonnie Peace, Aunt Beru. We're all honorary members of the Beru crew because we all saw in episode 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi when she went badass and took out a blaster and just started shooting at Reva. Bonnie is not on the circuit much. So very, very excited about having her on. We had her on the watch along last week where we watched episode 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi with her and talked about her audition for the prequels and everything, and coming back for Obi-Wan. And I'm just stoked that she's going to be there. I mean, it's just, if you need prequel love, if you need Obi-Wan love for your artwork, right there alone, you got somebody who can sign it all for you, and a great price too. $40 for her autograph. It's $60 for a combo. So yeah, I believe that is it with our talent lineup for Boonta. But I would say we have a good good mix of people for there.
Yeah, no, I mean the lineup is great. It obviously Leia, if you were trying to pick an ink blot words, it's like Leia, Grogu, ILM, OT. There are so many great range pieces of the galaxy that are being highlighted here for Boonta. It's really cool. And I think one of the best things about Rebel Scum is for the weekend, as well as Boonta, this is the best example of what's going on that weekend. Is we just went through there's people who are voice actors, there's people who worked on puppetry, there's people who design models, there's people who were on screen, off screen. The range of guests that are going to be there throughout the weekend, as well as this event specifically, is extremely cool when you think about what you mentioned earlier, Spencer, of everything in Star Wars is somebody's favorite Star Wars. And no matter what it is, there's fans of literally everything in the galaxy. It is a buffet at this point. You just have to walk up and choose what you want to eat. And all of this is a perfect example of that, because no matter what you are looking for, you can find it here, and that's really cool.
And what's great is that weekend in Texas, to coin a phrase you were saying there, besides the barbecue that we're going to get over that weekend, we're going to be eating good Star Wars. Like Boonta, when we make up our talent lineup, we keep our ears to the floor when we're talking to Kentucky. We're like, ooh, we could do a companion to that, so people can get more bang for your buck.
Yeah.
So we do that purposely, and I can also say, and I can let people know this verbally, even though we've leaked it a couple of times, is on July the 1st, Kentucky and I will be announcing which members of our lineup will be appearing at Rebel ScumCon.
Nice.
Now I can let you know that everybody's going to be appearing at Boonta first.
Yeah.
So we have some talent. I would say 50% of our talent will be at least there Saturday, and then the rest on Sunday. So I'm telling you right now is that if you can't get into Boonta, there is opportunity, but there's going to be some talent that is going to be exclusive to Boonta alone. Now, one thing that is great about with that is concerned, and also we're going to sell out pre-sale, but I spoke to the Revel, and we are going to have what we do call it Boonta Eve and the VCN, the hyperspace lane. Now, what that's going to be is that even though we're selling out, we are going to sell door tickets. So everybody online is going to get first. And if you can't get a pre-sale ticket, we will have a standby line to get in, and we will get everybody in. So,
really cool.
So don't miss out. Now we do that at all of our events. We did that in Japan. We're doing that in LA. We want to make sure that people have the opportunity to get the autographs. And also, like we talked about earlier, people were kicking themselves about missing Youngie Wim. I mean, that was awesome. And I can tell you right now, I'm not going to tell you the what, but we got 2 things that we're working on with talent to perform at Boonta, Texas too.
I will say though, don't wait to show up at the door for those tickets, because as we were talking about earlier, and Colin mentioned it quite a bit, the line is insane. And all of those people get to go in first and fill the place up. And like, it is wall to wall Star Wars fans. So if you are somebody who likes to, I don't know, be into a place first, and you're like, oh, I want to go. Don't procrastinate on getting a ticket. Get the ticket now, and then show up and get into that line, because you're probably going to be waiting in line to get in. So you don't want to be waiting for that line to get through and then get a line. You know what I mean?
And we're going to have more specialty drinks than we had last year as well. We expanded the menu. We're going to have the Wretched Blue Milk again. We're also bringing back our kamikaze shot that we call Liquid Schwartz. We're going to have a Mustafarian Sunrise, which was actually given to us from JC at Scum and Villainy.
Very cool.
We have a non-alcoholic drink called Grogu's Grog. So we got some great drinks, great food there, great merchandise, including this brand new Texas branded Rebel Scum Boonta Eve Texas 2 t-shirt, which will be available at the event. We have a whole number of shirts. As you can see right now, we're going to have a green version as well for there. And we have a number of the Don't Sleep Till Boonta shirts, as well as the Rebel Scum from last year t-shirt available as well. We're going to have 4 different kinds of hats. We're going to have a hat with this Texas design available on it, as well as the blue and red VCN hat. And we're also going to have a bucket hat available there. We're going to have, as you can see, those hats right there. We're going to have cinch bags. So if you need to carry your bags, if you can scroll just for that, look at the special right there. Just look at the photo right there. That right there. We're also going to have the posters from last year with 90% of the talent signed it we have extras signed that are going to be available for sale at the event.
Whoa.
We're also going to have a specially print for the Leias, a branded print of all 4 Leias, their characters.
That's
available
cool.
as an 11 by 14 card stock, but also we're going to do a limited edition metal print. So on metal, there's only going to be 10 of those,
Awesome.
Which we're very excited about that. And also we will have, and those will all be at the table while you're walking to the autograph room where we have our swag table. We're also going to have top loaders for sale. So people are always saying, "Oh, we need top loaders." I didn't bring an Itoya or anything with me when they go in. You can buy them on the way into the autograph room. We're also going to have a very nice poster, 11 by 17 poster with all of our talent available at that booth. So, if you look for something to get everybody to sign, you got something right there from there. And another thing that we're very excited about is for the ladies or for those who have long hair, we have a VCN branded scrunchie.
Yeah, Will, get that scrunchie.
Colin, you got time. Grow that hair out, dude.
Yeah. So we're honestly, we're really, really stoked. And also, I mean, if you were there last year and, I know that Will messaged me about this bad boy.
Yeah.
Who's going to be at Rebel ScumCon with Dorian Kingney. But
I love how you have that. That's great.
But to go along with that, this year's patch is Cobb Vanth.
Whoa, that's cool.
So we purposely did the face-off.
That's sick. That's really cool.
So very, very excited about all of our swag. We're going to have a whole bunch of swag. We'll also have our fan table at Rebel ScumCon, which is going to be massive this year. It's going to be also very interactive and multimedia. So we're very excited about. We're just excited. I mean, Rebel ScumCon is happening no matter if you're going to Boonta or not. I mean, to me, and I've said this in Kentucky several times, it's an investment to fly anywhere, especially with prices right now. There's got to be a reason for you to, 1, get a plane, 2, get a hotel. If you have to rent a car, food, autographs, there's got to be a reason to go. And Rebel ScumCon is a reason to go without Boonta or without the talent. Just the fact that you can geek out for 3 days and spend time with the nicest people in the world who accept you for whatever Star Wars you like, and you can talk about whatever stars you like and play Sabacc and play with some droids and bash Max Rebo. It's just a really good time, especially the back Rebo part.
Yes. Spencer, we have a question. It's from Mumbo Jimbo. They're asking where they can get their hands on the Cobb Vanth patch.
So if you got VIP for Boonta, you automatically get that patch.
Cool.
1. I have to figure out what the code word will be for the extra patches, because I had a code word last year, which would have been better this year, considering what they have lined up at Rebel ScumCon. The code word last year was "Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch," which would have been fantastic to have this year, in retrospect. So I got to think about what
I was not expecting that. I was not expecting you to say that. Okay.
That's also a phrase, not even a word. You said code word. That's like a full sentence that they have to
I know,
tell you.
but I figured why not? I wanted it to be something hokey. So I got to figure what it's going to be for this year, but I'm going to have extra ones on hand with me at Boonta. And if any's left over on Saturday and Sunday at Rebel ScumCon.
Extremely cool. Okay. We talked about the guests. Let's talk a little bit about the venue if we can, just because we've talked a little bit about what's going to be there, but we haven't really talked about what people can expect and how they're going to get around, where it is, what's going to look like on the inside, if we can at all.
Sure. So the venue is the Revel Bar and Grill, which is in Frisco. It's about a 5 to 10 minute Uber ride from the MC Suites, where most of us are going to be staying for that weekend. They were very gracious, to bring us back again this year. We had a wonderful time while we were there last year. There's going to be obviously drink and food specials, but also they're right next to what Kentucky calls the best barbecue in the area, Hitchens. So if you don't want to eat inside at the Revel, you can always get barbecue and then come over and have a few libations while you're there, enjoying the festivities while you're there. I can tell you right now that we're going to have 2 lines outside. One, if you were there last year, that wrapped the building on the left side of the door, which was the general admissions line. Now we tripled the amount of VIPs that we had last year. So we're aiming to lap the building on the other side with VIPs and then eventually the hyperspace standby line. So make sure you get there. We will let VIPs in at 7:30. And if you got VIP, you're going to get 45 minutes uninterrupted in the autograph room.
Cool.
First and foremost. So when the doors open to general admission, you have 15 minutes left, but VIPs will also have a separate entrance into the autograph room as well. So if, like, for example, you decide that you want to go back and get someone else, you can go with your VIP lanyard to that door. They will let you back into the room, even if there's a line, and you could jump to the front of wherever actor you want to go to at that point. We want to make sure that it was available to everybody for that ability. We're going to have Sabak brought to you by Hyperspace Props as well. So Mike and Emily will be there doing more Sabak. And then if you want to get more, some pieces, at Rebel ScumCon, they're going to have a booth at Rebel ScumCon again this year, and as part of Sabak for charity. So yeah, Rebel is going to be a happening place. I mean, you guys can attest to that. That you couldn't walk in there, and if you were even I know Colin was hanging out in the top corner VIP booth, you couldn't even walk in there, and that was they crammed way too many people into that area. But it's just gonna be fun, and listen, it might not be for everybody, and that's completely okay. But the fact is that it's just a bunch of Star Wars fans hanging out, listen to karaoke. You never know who's going to get up and sing. I mean, last year, David Collins did a couple of songs. You had Baby Luke and Leia with the Ross Beedman, the Padawan, singing some Queen.
Ross, I think Tux was up there too. There was Aiden Barton.
Yeah. So it's just going to be a lot of, like I said, it's just a fun night out, and there's going to be plenty of stuff to do if you want to hang at the hotels. That's completely great. But there were people last year who after they heard about Youngie Wim were like, man, I should have made the trek or got a ticket to head over there.
Yeah, and it truly is it's not far from the hotel at all. What's really cool is everything that's happening throughout the entirety of the weekend is right by not just the main hotel where the show is, but all of the hotels that are in the area, which is really cool.
No, it's really convenient for everything that's going on. And also I would be remiss is that, I want to thank all of our great sponsors to help put this event together. Some notables that I want to put out right now. First and foremost, New Hampshire LASIK Associates. So Ty Richardson, who is a friend of the Rebel Scum crew, they're one of our main sponsors, along with Shinobi IT and Toink. So if you've ever gotten stuff from Toink before, use the code VCN10 and get 10% off of all your purchases from there. But we've got some. There's some Wookiee company, I don't know, called Weaver's Workshop. That's one of our sponsors. But they like blue guys.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Weaver's Workshop. If you like Wookiees and you want a really cool Wookiee suit, hit me up. Weaver's Workshop.
No, but seriously, I want people to have the FOMO. I want people to be the next morning like, man, I didn't go last year in 25. Man, I didn't go 26. Well, guess what? You have no excuse to, but I gotta let you know, tickets are going to sell out before we get to Texas.
Yeah.
So, like I said, no sleep till Boonta, but like we say right now, no Boonta, no party.
Yeah. No, everybody's extremely excited for Boonta. I know last year it was one of the biggest highlights for sure. I mean, one of the top 5 moments of the weekend. I'm not even talking about just for everybody. I'm talking about for me specifically.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've brought it up a ton too. Like watching David Collins and Matt Wood of Skywalker Sound sing Donkey Whim, sing Donkey Whim in Huttese, the song from Skeleton Crew. It was, I had heard rumblings that it was going to happen, and I was like, we'll see. And then I heard their names get called, and I was like, they're doing it. They're doing it.
I sent the original video to the band leader like a month before. I said, this might happen. They already knew Coming Home Major Tom.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no like time signature changes.
Yeah.
So just play the song and they'll go along with it. And they were 100% down with that. So I want to give them major props because that band was awesome and they were hot the entire night and they were in cosplay and the bartenders were in cosplay. You know, it was just awesome. So
and everybody in the bar is only people obviously who have bought tickets for the event. It's not like you're going there and there's going to be anybody else in there. It is completely reserved for the event.
They were so happy with what we did last year. Like I said, that when we said that we were coming back this year, they said, well, we would like to bring you guys back because the fans, I mean, their staff had a great time. Ownership had a great time. The band had a blast. Like I said, they were talking about, like, oh, we've had people, lined up outside, but not like what we had for you guys. And like I said, we're aiming to wrap 2 ways this year.
Was last year, I know the sellout, but like, was last year at capacity too for the building?
So it was over capacity last year.
I was going to say.
It was over, and they said to me they could have let more in. So that's what I'm saying to you, because they had the whole patio outside behind downstairs from where the autograph area is in the back bar area. So there's a whole other area that has cornhole and some other like places that you can hang out down there. So that's why they're saying to me is that once we sell out tickets in the pre-sale, they will allow door sales to happen. So don't be discouraged when we say it's a sellout because it's a pre-show sellout.
Right.
It doesn't mean we're not going to sell tickets at the door. That's one thing we will always do at any of our Boonta Eve events that you come out to that we have a pre-sell sellout for. And one thing I also want to talk about quickly right now is because of this, there will be Boonta Eve Rhode Island Comic-Con this November, and the title of it is Into the Groguverse. So our talent that we're bringing in, we're not going to announce until 2 weeks after Texas on purpose because we do not want people to get confused between one Boonta or another. But we did announce that DJ Elliott is going to be spinning in Rhode Island for us. Cool. So we're very excited having that. And then obviously we're gearing up for Star Wars Celebration in Los Angeles next year with Boonta Eve 5, the VCN Strikes Back. And the only thing I could say about that is that we will be on the historic Sunset Strip. So if you've ever been to Hollywood Boulevard, there's a number of clubs that are on there. There's like 9 to 10 really known clubs on there. We're at one of them. We're not going to be announcing until we're not going to be announcing until Black Friday the location.
Cool.
I cannot stress enough of how not ready everyone is for like the future of VCN events and Boonta Eve. It's going to be absolutely insane. And honestly, don't get FOMO. Just go and don't race against it. Just beat the FOMO. Like, go and get your tickets ahead of time because you never know who you're going to meet at these events. And these experiences to me just stuck with me. And I think about like, I think about Boonta a lot. I think about Rebel ScumCon a lot. So don't miss out. Go and get your tickets tonight, like right now.
Yeah,
Do it now.
Go to virtualcantinanetwork.com, click on the events link, and get your tickets for Texas. You can also, we're on sale for Rhode Island as well. But definitely, like I said, Texas is going to be next level. And I'm not even just talking about Boonta. Rebel ScumCon's lineup this year is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Will, besides the mall people, who else are you excited about?
There's so many cool people going to be it.
so
Are you kidding me? Look, I will say I love Paul Lee. Paul Lee's going to be there, which is going to be incredible for me.
Right.
I am such a fan of his in Star Wars, but I am a huge Last Airbender fan, and he is Uncle Iroh in the Last Airbender live action series, which is so sick because season 2 will be out by that point. I think it comes out in like a month, and some of the best Uncle Iroh scenes are in season 2 of the animated show, so I'm very excited to see what they do with Uncle Iroh there. Bryce Dallas Howard will be at Rebel ScumCon.
She's amazing. She is absolutely amazing. And I don't know if her husband, Seth Gable, will be coming or not, but he did the voice of the droid bartender in season 3. Mm-hmm. So he usually has that, when he sits with her, he usually has that print with him.
Very cool.
When he's sitting at the table. So he's awesome. Obviously, Bryce is, a legend. And, she's in the ILM book talking to Brendan Wayne.
Yeah. And also Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably some big deal guys.
You've also got Jonas. You've also got John Boyega.
Manny
Manny
Jacinto will be there.
Yeah.
We definitely got some great Acolyte, people going to be there. I'm glad Acolyte's getting some love, especially with Manny, but with Dean and Eunice going to be there. I definitely need a Kanaka shot signed of like him when leaping through the air with the saber.
Yeah.
I need that. They're bringing Kyle Solar back because he's got Denise.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Like that panel is going to be absolutely fantastic. And maybe Kyle will do the slump again, in the panel.
And
who knows?
Spencer, correct me if I'm wrong. There's potential for these people, not as official guests, but as people who are just hanging out around the restaurant, around the event, potentially at Boonta, because that's how it was last year.
All talent is invited to Boonta. I do know that as part of the welcome packet that Kentucky puts together for it, he lets them know that he actually puts together some special transportation for the con talent to go to Boonta and have fun. So You never know. I mean, personally, it would be a highlight for me if we can get Giancarlo Esposito to go sing some Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
Like I'm just throwing that out there, as something as potential. But there's so much amazing happening between Rebel ScumCon and Boonta. Like it's a weekend that you should look forward to every year. And Rebel ScumCon, I keep on saying this. I mean, I love going to cons, and I go to a lot of cons throughout the year. This year in again, like last year, Fan Expo Boston and Terrificon, which are an hour away from each other up here in New England, are the same weekend as Rebel ScumCon. So two of the biggest New England cons are happening, and I'm choosing to fly to Texas. I know many people from the 501st in New England who, instead of going to one of the local cons to Troop, are flying to Texas because they've heard about Rebel ScumCon. This lineup and this con, if you're not going to Star Wars Celebration, if you want a pure, I'm going to say Lucasfilm con, because with having Sean Patrick Flanery and also Fanboys took place, with the love of George and also on the ranch and all that. This is the pure Star Wars show outside of Star Wars Celebration that you want to go to. And I can tell you right now as well, there are newscasters within the Star Wars fandom who are flying from Europe to come here. Now I'm very, very excited. And why is Kentucky texting me right now? He's texting me about Rhode Island. I was worried he was watching right now and was going to yell at me. But I can tell you that the guys from Jedi News and Fantha Tracks are all flying in. And if you follow Star Wars dirt sheets, those are two of the biggest ones in the world. And James and Mark Newbold are flying in for it. So
very cool.
This is something you do not want. Yeah. Thank you, Heather. Kentucky is always texting. Kentucky, I'm on a show. But like he doesn't take text message. No, but seriously, it's just going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, let's just put it this way. Let's take Boonta out of this. If you're staying at the Embassy Suites, you could be online to get a Texas waffle in the morning with, any one of those amazing talents. I mean, the Allstate guy, you could get me a Texas waffle with him. And he asked for, a waffle, but that's what happens there. You could be hanging out at the bar at the hotel afterwards, talking Star Wars with some of the legends of Star Wars,
Yeah.
And the thing is about it is that they are all going because they're all fans of Star Wars themselves. So they want to go there and they want to hang out with us nerds and have a great weekend.
Yeah. They're legends and they're people, they're Dreamweavers for people who have made Star Wars and made us fans incredible moments, but they are also just people who need to eat and need
waffles,
need Texas waffle.
I mean, one of my guys, Jeff, who's part of my team, he was right behind Dennis Lawson last year, and Dennis got the last waffle, and he was like, "Oh, he's like, but then you're getting juice next to like Lauren Peterson, getting a beer later that night with Toby Philpott. My wife was sitting at the bar chatting with Toby one of the nights from there, or hanging out with But all the hotels are, great. If you're staying at the True, I know a lot of talent are probably going to be staying there as well. A lot of the VCNers are going to be there as well. But literally, guys, there's no reason for you, if you're upset about not getting a ticket for Celebration, which is a lot of people who are very upset about that, come to Rebel ScumCon. Seriously, you're going to have more time with your talent. You're going to have opportunities to actually mingle at the con with the talent. And also, will there be a Boonta LA? Yeah, we talked about that. But the fact is that we've done many shows, and I can't preface enough that last year's Boonta was one of the best shows we produced, but also one of the best shows that I've honestly had fun at. And I'm usually stressing about these things, and I was just smiling the entire time watching everybody sing. When I went up on stage and I sang Saga Begins, the whole place was singing along with me. And
you crushed it.
I plan to do that again this year, as a welcome to the thing. But so come and hang out. Come hang out with the Rebel Scum crew. Come and hang out with your VCN family. We're going to be there all weekend long and just loving our lives and living our lives in Frisco, Texas. Because honestly, let's just say this: how many people can say they live their best lives in Frisco, Texas?
Rebel ScumCon, baby, Boonta Eve, baby.
Yeah.
I have said since going to Rebel ScumCon year 2 last year that it was the best convention that I have ever been to, and I am 1000% sure that year 3 will blow year 2 out of the water. And
I could say this, and I want to say this with all sincerity, is that it's a life-changing weekend for everyone, whether you're a talent, whether you're a podcaster. So much good came out of last year's show. And I'm not just talking about, us working with Colin and the opportunities that you and Grayson have been allotted since Rebel ScumCon last year, and your amazing panel that you had with David and Sam.
Yeah, that was incredible.
And the love for, like, you got more love for Maul this year. It's just, as a fan, you're eating well. As a podcaster or someone who puts out content creator in the Star Wars realm, you get so much more out of this con than anything else. As a vendor, you're going to see Star Wars fans eating up everything and looking for stuff to get signed. Like, they forgot something at home, running for that Funko, looking for that vintage figure, looking for that Black Series, from there, playing Sabak for charity, getting a photo op with the cast of fanboys outside Slave 2. I mean, yes, I got my t-shirt, or I had a t-shirt printed for that particular photo op just because, I mean, come on, where else is that going to happen?
Yeah.
Where else is it? Like, these photo ops and these panels that are going to be coming out soon are some once in a lifetime type panels.
Right.
And it's just, I could shill all day long, and all of us could shill all night long. Don't sleep on Boonta. Don't sleep on Rebel ScumCon. Get your tickets, and I want to see you in Frisco, Texas, the first full weekend of August this year. There's no excuse not to be there.
Get your tickets, eat a waffle, let's go.
If I had only the opportunity to go to one convention every year, no matter what year it is, it would be Rebel ScumCon.
My wife doesn't like cons at all. She never wants to go. She went to Rebel Scum last year, and she's like, I'm coming back every year that you're going to be back there. Because the fact is, she's like, I didn't even have to walk the floor at the con. I could hang out, and then I was at Boonta, and I chat with people and hung out at the bar and got food and just she and she likes Star Wars. She's not she's a civilian, but she loved the atmosphere of Texas last year.
Yeah.
So to me, that was like, I love that. I mean, listen, 95% of us will be in LA next year, but the fact is that leaving Texas, we're going to have 10,000 more family members hanging out with us in LA that we knew or we didn't know prior to this coming August.
Right.
And that's pretty awesome.
It's a blast.
It's about making your friendships. It's making lifelong friendships. The best people in the world will be at Rebel ScumCon this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
All right. We've yapped about Boonta. We've yapped about Rebel ScumCon for over an hour now. Is there anything we are forgetting? Is there anything that we are forgetting about either of these events that we need to tell people? Is there anything, Spencer, that you wanted to throw out there before we wrap things up? Anything at all?
No, but get your tickets at Rebel Scum Conventions with an S.com. I had to do the Bobby right there. Or go to virtualcantinanetwork.com right now to get your Boonta tickets. And once again, well, thank you so much for having me on tonight. I do greatly appreciate the invite and glad to be here. And that guy over there, Colin, whatever.
Colin's pretty cool.
Yeah,
wow.
I think we'll keep him. I like him. I think big fan of Colin and his content, and just thank you very much for everybody to being here. And like the Scottish people said up here in Boston this past week, no Boonta, no party.
There you go.
All right, team. I think that's going to wrap it up for Determined Focus for our Monday show for tonight. We'll be back next week with another live show. Every Monday we're back. It'll be a ton of fun. We got a guest plan for next week, and we'll announce that later on. But
Max Rebo,
Only one of his limbs will be on for an entire episode.
Wow.
Well, you could only afford one. Their other limbs are booked for the weekend. I can't even believe it. We'll see you guys. Hopefully, hey, not hopefully. We better see you guys at Rebel Scum Con at Boonta Eve. August. We need you there. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait. Spencer, Colin, I appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. It was
Thank you very much,
ton
Will.
of fun. Colin, do you want to end with a dad joke?
Yes, that is why I brought the book out. All
Fantastic.
right, here we go. Are we ready? Here we go.
I think so.
All right. What do you call an Ewok without any teeth? A gummy bear. All right. Good night.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, may the force be with you. Your focus determines your reality. Bye-bye.
Always remember.